So I'd like to address something that I was talking about yesterday. Yesterday's video, I think, was pertaining to what I thought was kind of a unique quirk about oil paint. And that is that after you lay it on, that within a day or two, and probably over the following week, it loses value. It goes down on the value scale, which is how much, basically, the appearance of how close it is to the white scale. And it drops down. We have our farm equipment going by here for a moment. And one of my viewers, Spaffon1, I really appreciate you chiming in on this. Now, I've worked with some acrylics to some degree. Haven't studied them very much. I've used them, like you, I've used them as a sort of an underpainting and then laid oils over top of the acrylic underpainting. You can lay oils over acrylic, but never lay acrylic over oils, because it just won't adhere. Well, it will initially, but it won't last long. But what was mentioned was that even with acrylics, apparently, they can, especially with lower quality ones, and I guess with older ones as well, they can lose. They can go down in value as well. They can darken up on you. I wasn't aware of that at all. I'd never heard that. But then, I haven't studied it either. When it comes to acrylics, mostly I've just kind of played with it. So that's good to know. I was unaware of it. I know that the opacity of acrylics is superior to that of oils. Its refractive index is different. Its light fastness, I thought, was a little better, and may well be. So, each have their advantages and disadvantages. Anyway, thanks for that. I appreciate it. So what I'm doing right now is, I know I'd mentioned that I was probably going to go to town, and even if they did not have my canvases in, I was likely just going to buy something off the shelf so that I could paint a fresh painting. But I had to put new tires on my car today and do some groceries, do a bit of shopping. So by the time I was done with that, I was finished with town. I just wanted to go home and do some painting. So that's what I've been doing. As you can see, I extended the light on the hill a little bit to the right. My biggest problem with this whole thing was this diamond, right? This diamond shape. Too much in the middle of the painting. Too symmetrical. So I pushed the light off to the right. That's helped. Initially I laid these trees in to break up the bottom line. That's helped. So I'm using a whole bunch of different devices to change things. Added more light down here, more color, more definition. I think that's helped as well. So we keep heading in the right direction. I would not normally spend this much time on a painting of this size to get it just right. But, opportunity availed itself because, as I said, the canvases aren't in yet. And I'm enjoying it because it's kind of time spent to myself. There's nothing I can do about not having my canvases, so I could just play on this thing. And often when you play it too much, you tend to overthink things. When you overthink things, well, we all know how wrong things can go, right? So we try to avoid that. But now, I had this band, it was all very dark. And I think if I can give it some shape, sculpt it a little bit, help the perspective, wander into the distance, that'll improve the painting as well. And as I keep touching it, I'm actually thinking that it's improving. I'm liking it. Even though I'm playing and playing and playing, I'm still, it seems to be coming along well. I would still like to leave the top, where the trees meet the sky, where the trees meet the mountain. I would still like that to be the darkest sort of, in general, the lowest value of the paint in the picture itself. But it used to be just a big dark band, and now it just has a little more give and take, a little more interest. I have, I may remove the top of this bush. I may just bring water right to here. I don't know. It might be okay. I may actually put a little more highlight on this bush to make it pop forward a bit, but I don't want too much importance on it. I like this little cabin because it brought some of these. There's so much in the entire painting. There's really not a lot of color except for here. So if I could compete with this color a little bit and bring this higher chroma and warmer color, if I could just drop a bit of it in here, which is now the cabin, I thought that would help, And I'm seeing this as now sort of a dusting of snow on the mountaintop, a bit of light, a fairly cloudy day, as you can see, light just touching things here and there. And that's, and then I grab my brush and I start to play a little bit and just put in some shapes. Just try to do something interesting with it. So that's what I'm doing. It's not much, and I'm really not worried if I don't get very far on this tonight. Again, tomorrow's another day. And maybe tomorrow I'll go and visit the art store and see if the canvases came in, because I do feel a bit of an urging to get started on that. The group of canvases that I'm buying are for a Christmas show, so I do not want to leave that too late, because although they're not large paintings, the request came in a little later than I would prefer, and even if I don't do other paintings, it's still going to be 6 paintings that have to be done in, well, the next, what would it be, month and a half, I guess, 1 a week. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. But nonetheless, I like to cover my butt. If I promise something, I definitely want to make sure that I can back up what I promise. You gotta do that. Galleries appreciate that so much. If you're working with a gallery, wow, reliability, there's nothing like it. It's just the same as any employee-employer relationship. I don't work for the galleries, but you still would like a good business relationship. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that for now. I think I'm going to just keep it short tonight, and again, as we get closer to the weekend or into the weekend, I'll do a little longer video again.